Hey, this is Tore. I'm the support player for Excel, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Taric. Yeah, well, Taric's a melee champion, of course. He's not really like a tank champion or a champion that can like really tank a lot, like Braum or Alistar or Leona, because those champions have kind of like armor and magic resist and like damage reduction in their kit. So it's a bit more like specific, like how you want to play fights and like where you want to be standing, because there are like cases where you can actually get one shot, and yeah, unless you have like aftershock, your ult ready, or that you're very far ahead and the enemy is not that accelerated yet, you can really get like taken out and one shot. So you have to be caring for that. Yeah, there's generally like kind of only one rune stage you can go, and that's kind of the aftershock into position. You want to have presence of mind. It's a really important rune because Taric uses a ton of mana, and as long as you have mana, you can kind of heal forever as long as you can auto attack. Revitalize is really important as well with aftershock, and you can go shield bash or font of life. I think most scenarios font of life is always better, and then if the enemy team has maybe 2 range supports or like 2 ranged bot laners, then getting second win might be really good, because yeah, you're gonna get poked out a little bit early and you don't really have, I guess, the tools to sustain up again if you're missing the mana. Now I'm gonna talk you through my thought process in our game versus Misfits, where I was playing Taric Kalista into Alistar Senna. Alright, here we are in game versus Misfits here. Got the Kalista Taric versus Senna Alistar. It's a pretty good lane for us, the Taric Kalista. It's really good from like level 3, even at level 2 we're pretty strong, and it only gets better. And I think the only thing might be a bit hard about this lane is kind of susceptible to ganks. Like if enemy jungler comes, it's a set as well, so we have to watch out a bit extra. We win all the 2v2 fights, so kind of want to avoid the jungle, get some vision going. With Taric, as usual, your level 4 is your spike. So you usually go like E first, then W, and then Q twice. And then you go E, W the rest of the game. And it's like that because when you get your second Q, you can heal twice, and then use your passive to auto twice, and then they get your heal back up again. Yeah, so on Taric you kind of always want to start E. I think just the best way to start early game. You get the aftershock proc, and it's just a generally good skill to have early. And then you want to get the W, and then 2 points in Q until level 4, and then you'll be maxing E and W until the end of the game, and then maxing Q last. Here we're just slow pushing the wave, trying to get some levels in, and ideally we would want to try to push it in and then make it bounce so that the lane or the waves would come towards us, and it's much easier to fight them. We get like a lot more space and time, and it's easier to like kind of run them down and chase them. When you're playing Taric, you want to be kind of matching the enemy support, because usually you're going to be in position to trade. You're going to be able to hit your E, and you want to stand close to the support because he's usually the target early. It's really hard to hit the ADC because he has long range. He shouldn't be going next to you anyways. And here, if I stun Alistar and Kalista's ready, she can hit him like twice and then back off before Alistar can get the combo. So that's what we kind of want to do early. The jungler should be trying to help them push out here. In this case, the mid laner comes, tries to help them to push out the way so that we can't freeze. And if I recall correctly, it fails kind of. We managed to get the freeze there. It's really good for us. Senna misses a lot of minions. And yeah, it's just, we're now in a really strong point of the game. We have, as I said, item advantage. We're hitting our level spikes, and enemy bot lane really should be struggling here to farm and step up, because we have really big all-in potential, which happens soon that the enemy team tries to help them to push out the wave, and that's when the magic happens. Yeah, our vision is kind of obscure here. We don't know that set is there, but as a player, you always like kind of figure out where players are, and you have to play safe when you don't know where the jungler is. So here I'm kind of feeling a bit threatened. I go a bit back and forth, a bit unsure, but yeah, set comes from behind. Alistar flashes in way too early, and with the help of aftershock, I'm able to like survive his and Senna's burst, which at this state of the game is like not really anything. And we still had summoner heal, you know, so I think it was just a kind of a misplay by him to engage that early, you know, even before his jungler is there. And even though they could have played it better, I still think I was in good hands, you know. We had all of our sums up except for my flash, and GP ulti came to help, and it's just like it looks like I'm really dead, but we have a lot of things tools to survive with, you know, my aftershock, shield, my Q and auto reset, which makes it, my Q refresh, which makes me heal even more. As long as I have mana, I can keep Q autoing and then Qing again. It gives me pro HP, so yeah, I think maybe it's just a misjudgment from the enemies, thinking they can kill us. When you're setting up for Dragon, in some cases the tier 1 of mid and bot will be up, especially like early in the game, so it's just really important to, if you have the possibility, to stop the enemy team from entering. Pink ward in, let's say, this bush here is good, because there's sometimes, or some scenarios where people can try to come from behind and sneak in, and just warding the entrances, like the river entrance, like here, and controlling them is really important. It's very hard to kind of keep a ward in this position right there, because it's easy for them to defend their pink ward, and yeah, it will cover a lot of here. So in this case, we just took out their pink ward and placed the ward here, which is not really like the safest ward. Like the ward is most likely going to get cleared if they want to get into the dragon pit, but it will give like vision to the entrance, and like an even better ward that like will most likely not be cleared that often is a ward here that will see the Gromp and the blue entrance. Is really a good one, especially after laning phase as well. Like if you're just laning and you have some time to go up here, you know their jungler is not going to be here, or that you can't be killed because enemy team has to catch the wave or something. It's really good to get a ward in here, because yeah, the jungler is going to be wanting to do Gromp sometimes, and you will see him then, and that's valuable info. So as I said, just guarding the entrances is the most important thing. And then if you want to fight the dragon, you're gonna say that you want to flash on them if they go here. Like let's say enemy jungle steps up here and you're standing kind of around here, or a little bit down here, maybe on a pink ward, and then you're just gonna flash on him as soon as he enters. Then he won't see it coming, I guess, and you can take him out and then enjoy the free dragon. Cooldown reduction is pretty good. Having your ulti up for fights is really important, and it is a really long cooldown. But yeah, buying mana items and just items that empower your ADC and normal support items. I think the best ones are like Seeks, Knight's Vow, Shurelias, even Ardent if you have more than one maybe auto attacker in your team. Let's say you have maybe a Graves and I don't know, Camille, and you're giving them Ardent. That's pretty good for the team as well. And yeah, I think that's kind of the basics, and of course the pink wards. Well, usually when you're playing Taric, you're not the main engage. Especially with Kalista, you have some more engage opportunities, but yeah, you don't really have a lot of engage except for your E flash, or maybe even yeah, just follow up with other players. And you generally want to just be around your ADC in team fights, and just be in a position to hit people, because that's when you get to use your passive, and it really like boosts all your abilities, because yeah, you get less cooldown, and yeah, it just resets them simply by just attacking them. So here we punish the Wukong from stepping up too early. The dragon is spawning. We want to create vision around this area, so me and Kalista just step up and realize this Wukong is overstepping a bit, and we take him out. And as the dragon is now spawning, we get the wave push, get some vision, and we can start it for free. You know, if enemy team wanted to contest this, they're not really in a possibility, or they're not really able to at all. I'm standing here in the bush, you know, to see if they're walking in, you know, making sure that no one is coming in to maybe try to steal, and then have some gold in my bank and reset after. And usually when you have Kalista and someone that can tank it, it's really possible to start Nash very early and force a good fight, or like sneak it and just take it out. Alright, so we're pretty far ahead in this point of the game. There's the tier 1 or tier 3, sorry, up here, and it's the kind of the objective we want to be hitting. And usually you want to, maybe it's not that important for solo queue, yeah, but Kalista is our strongest target here, and she's the one that hits towers the best. And we don't really need to put a lot of people bot lane or mid lane here. It's fine for GP to just clear it, and bot lane will push automatically. So we're just kind of getting some free hits here for now, and we have to force their enemies to engage the fights, because we don't really want to be we don't want to be diving here already, you know, we can just play it slow here, wait for the wave to come in from bot and GP pushing it in here. So we get some time to hit the tower here, and I'm just looking out kind of for their engage, kind of looking for Seth and Alistar, you know, keep in mind of their flash timers, and kind of warning my ADC about it, and thinking about how I want to play the fight, because I'm kind of a disengaged champion and I want to be timing my stuns and ultis to kind of stop the enemy team from engaging here. But sometimes you can't really like make it not happen, you know. If Alistar flashes on Kalista and she's like hitting the tower, I can't really stop it, but what I can do is stop Seth from following up. I can also use my ulti to stop them one-shotting her or buying more time, because they're not going to be able to kill her in the time my ulti is channeling, and after that it's 2.5 seconds of full tank. So at that point you just kind of want to be hitting the enemy and yeah, using your passive and stun. In this case we have Kalista, so she uses the ulti so I can peel for her again, but at this point in the game we are also really far ahead, so the only thing we kind of have to care about was the Seth Alistar combo, which we managed to stop, which was good. So in general with Taric, you're not really you should have kind of the rule that you're not really a full tank, you know, you're kind of buying tank items, but yeah, you're not really buying stone plate, you don't have a lot of like armor and magic resistance like in your kit, and you kind of want to be playing around your teammates a bit in kiting, because that's what you excel at, and looking for hits for the passive, of course. Okay, so I guess the do's and don'ts of Taric. It's really important that yeah, you don't max Q. You only have to have 2 points in the Q, and having more points is just going to make it cost more mana. And then also realizing that you're not really a full tank support. You have to really care for getting one shot in some cases. That's why having I guess control of your aftershock and your ulti is really important, because yeah, you don't want to get taken out, and it's just really important to trade smart with aftershock, and as well maybe if you have bone plating, to yeah, don't go in unless you have that up, and focus on hitting your stun, because yeah, if you don't hit your stun then you're not going to have your aftershock, and it's going to make you a lot less tanky. Taric is not really like a mobile champion. Yeah, he's not really that good at roaming, and you kind of want to be staying around your ADC and playing around him. That's why pairing Taric with Kalista as an example is really good. Kalista is a champion where you're like kind of wanting to play around her all the time. She's strong like at all points in the game, or at the earlier point of the game, the stronger she is. So you kind of want to be around your ADC, and you can as well, of course, link up with your jungle. But generally, you're gonna be wanting to not roam as much because you're not that mobile. So that was my Taric guide. Hope you guys liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment if you liked the video. See you next time.